Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule, presented by FanDuel. Today is Friday, August 14th, and we are moving into our second position preview. Kenny's here, Payton is here. Fellas, I had a question off the bat. Other than Mizzou content, what sports happenings are you filling your time with? Are you getting prepared for like fantasy football? I know like August baseball
right now?
Yeah, what are we doing right now?
Baseball,
what's on your desk?
Baseball.
All baseball, huh?
There's nothing else going on in the world. It's just baseball.
Baseball has my attention locked in on baseball right now.
You don't get into any preseason NFL like arguments anymore. You're not looking at
what
like quarterback.
In the world would I be arguing about
quarterback pyramids?
No, I don't.
Is Caleb Williams going to have a leap season? I don't know. I'm in agreement. I am getting back into I haven't had the same baseball summer that I had last year because the World Cup interrupted it, but now I'm trying to like refine my rhythm with that. Anyway, we are talking some Mizzou position previews. We are moving on to the pass catchers for the Tigers, wide receivers and tight ends. I'm gonna do the same game as I did last time. We're gonna go back. You guys are gonna go back and forth and name all of the wide receivers and tight ends in the roster. We won't have to do coaches this time. Rattle them off.
I like this.
One by one, and when one of you can't do it, the other one just has to see how many they can name. So I will I'm gonna have to put my mic down to use two hands to keep track because I figure you guys are gonna go fast. So one of you, Payton, you start.
Jabari Brady.
Nashawn Montgomery.
That was my next one. Karsten Fiend.
You're good. You're doing okay. Let's go. Devion Hill Lomax. There, we just knocked off the 2026 class.
Or wide receivers.
Yeah.
Kenrick Lanier.
Isaac Jensen.
Oh, shoot. Gavin Hoffman.
Drew James.
Donovan Olubade.
Adam Molitor.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay. He's a one walk-on.
No stats last year.
He's a walk-on. Yeah.
Sean Terry.
There's another Logan Muckey.
Yes, there is.
Noah Flaskamp.
That is correct. Noah Flaskamp. Yes.
He went to the same he went to high school in Tennessee, right? Does it say that? He went to Colorado?
I thought it was Florida, but I have to check.
Never mind. There used to be
scholarship. Who is that?
No. It's walk-ons. I know there's one more
no,
walk-on.
Sorry, you're totally right. I'm thinking of the other receiver at Florida that you have not named from Florida. He went to Collierville from Colorado.
Collierville, yeah, that's a big high school in Memphis area.
Okay.
Caden Lee.
Yep.
I know this name, Payton. Well, I know the entire roster, so that helps. But Jack just reminded me of it when he said Florida. But Derek McBride the second, he was a late addition to the 2026 class.
Yes, he was.
Who in the world? I don't remember that.
You're a subscriber to Mizzou Today. You should know this.
He is a walk-on.
I know. I read it a lot. I don't remember. You write a lot of stories about these.
Payton, there's still some like really gettable names, by the way.
I know. We're just knocking off the ones that people probably don't know as well.
We said, did we say Demarion Folks?
No, you did not.
Hit them folks.
Brett Norfleet.
Jordan Harris.
All right. Is that all the tight ends?
That is all of the tight ends. That is all of the tight ends. Yep.
Wide receivers left.
There's two more. You're already down to the last two.
Only two wide receivers left?
Yes.
We already said Caleb Goody.
No, you did not. That is one of them.
Oh no! That was the one I knew.
I feel like there's more.
There's one name. Nope.
We said Olubide. We said.
Yep.
Caden Lee.
Is this a guy that's gonna play?
No. The last ones are walk-ons. I think we're missing one, Jack.
No, I think you got. I believe I have all of them. I will check again.
I have two more on my top of my head. That's why.
Unless I just went so fast
Can I get
that
any
I picked one.
hints? Can I get any
Oh,
hints?
I did miss one. There are two left.
They're both
Can I get
walk-ons.
any hints?
Yep.
Okay, that helps nobody.
One of
One of
them
them-
has a brother that's going to go into the Mizzou Athletics Hall of Fame.
Oh,
One of them-
Jaden Bolton. I do remember him.
Jaden
Jaden
Bolton
Bolton.
is one.
And then the last one, yeah, kind of interesting. I can't really put his career correctly into the On3 database because I think he took like a year off from football just based on his social media. But Gavin Wyatt, he went to William Jewell. He transferred into Mizzou.
Yes,
I
he
think
did.
just as a pure student, and then he walked onto the football team.
Nice work, guys. That is all. That is everybody from the.
I
from
would
the-
not, for the record, I would absolutely have not gotten Jaden Bolton without any hints. There is no way I was going to remember it. But that hint was pretty on the nose.
Yeah, Bolton, Wyatt, Flasscamp, and Molitor are the guys with no stats who are not freshmen.
Brent actually mentioned Bolton at media days, I'm pretty sure. Kind of the courtesy thing, but he did mention
If I had said Mary Hardin Baylor transfer, would you have gotten it? Okay.
No.
I mean, there was probably no other hint.
You gave the one hint that I think gave it away. Because you're a good friend.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, for those that don't know, we are friends on this show.
We are friends. Excellent work. This is mostly a test. It'll eventually become tests of just how well Kenny's memorized the roster. So yeah, Mizzou's wide receiver and tight end room. Some interesting names to, of course, look at here, which we can dive into the questions. This is a Mizzou wide receiver or a Mizzou pass catcher room that has lost 3 of its top 4 receivers from last year. Kevin Coleman Jr., Marquise Johnson, Josh Manning are all gone. Brett Norfleet, Donovan Olubide are the top 2 returners. Jamal Roberts also had over 100 yards receiving last season, but he's, of course, a running back. So we'll talk about him later. Let's just dive right into it. Kenny, I'm going to go first with you this time. What is your big question surrounding this pass catching room for the Mizzou Tigers?
For the past 8 months, I would say we've heard that the tight ends could get more active.
Oh my God.
I knew it.
Well,
Come
we're
on.
in trouble. We're in trouble. No, I had the same question.
Okay. Well, yes, my question is how active will the tight ends actually be in this new offense? Tigers already ran a bunch of 12 personnel the last couple of years under Kirby Moore. But when you get an offensive coordinator like Chip Lindsey, who knows offensive linemen well, knows tight ends well, knows fullbacks well, and just those guys that can put their hand in the dirt and go catch passes at the tight end spot, I'm really intrigued to see how much that affects the offense, how much of Brett Norfleet is going to go more vertical. That's something Drinkwitz even highlighted in his opening for fall camp about the one thing that they've lacked in this offense and they probably haven't taken as much advantage of is that Brett Norfleet is a massive human being, and they really haven't pushed him down the field as much in his career. He has been active in the offense ever since his freshman year. Yes, there's been bumps in the road with injuries, especially last year and the year before. But with an offense that has some pretty stable tight end play, has a new tight ends coach that a lot of people have raved about, recruits have raved about, and Alex Adkinson, who comes over from LSU and spent time at Florida State, has a history of coaching offensive linemen that bodes well for these tight ends and their blocking ability. I'm all for it. I'm excited to see what that looks like, and that's probably my biggest question of how much are we going to see Brett Norfleet maybe taking catches 10, 15 yards downfield rather than some of these drag routes or just right over the middle plays that he's been doing these last couple of years.
Do you guys want the answer? Because I know the answer. It's the same answer as the last 3 times they've said that. Not that much. I think at this point, it's just kind of, we've seen what we've seen under Drinkwitz with the tight ends. They brought in Kirby Moore. And, Norfleet had a great freshman year. I don't think anyone would dispute that. He even put up like career highs in like a lot of things, if not everything last year. Would you still say the tight ends were really a big feature of the offense? I would not. Jordan Harris is basically just a glorified offensive tackle, which is good. I'm not saying that's not a useful role, but I feel like we do this song and dance every year with the tight ends. Are they going to be way more involved in the passing game? And the answer is a marginal yes or no. They're the same exact usage as last year. So while I expect there to be more usage than when there was the Kibet Chepyater show at tight end, I really don't know why we would expect it, especially with someone who is really just a straight gunslinger, wants to take the top off at QB in Austin Simmons. I don't see it. And his security blanket is not going to be his tight end. It's going to be Caden Lee.
I feel like I've had more Brett Norfleet stock than maybe anybody. I was very excited about freshman year Brett Norfleet. I've been banging the drum about this for a long time. I am really intrigued to see how it works with Simmons. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to discredit Brady Cook too much here, but I mean, it's safe to say, right? Austin Simmons comes in with a little bit more pedigree than Brady Cook did. Obviously, like, he turned into a more developmental success story, I think, with Mizzou and was great, by the end of his career. I really, as we go away from our QB conversation, I really get more and more confident that Austin Simmons is going to be the real deal. And I do think, it intrigues me a little bit what that looks like with the tight end room, but yeah, it's hard to get there. I do like, what Chip Lindsey brings. I was reading some work. Shout out to Jaden Lewis over at Rock M. He did some nice work about Chip Lindsey with the tight end room and the stuff he did at North Carolina and used guys there. I was just talking to him about the Vikings today too. I'm sorry about them, man. On a side note, but yeah, it's enticing. Also, peek behind the curtain, Kenny. During your spiel, I fully lagged out of the stream, so if I repeat anything you say, I'm sorry. I elected to keep it going. I know Alex Adkins did compare Norfleet to Trey'Dez Green of LSU. You didn't already say this, did you?
No, but he didn't. I don't know if it was necessarily a comparison, but he was more saying the size. It's hard to compare anyone to Trey'Dez Green in that athleticism. And I think that's what makes it maybe a little bit more realistic that changes could happen, that the tight end play could get better down the field, is that you get an offensive coordinator from the Big Ten. Chip Lindsey, like I mentioned, has this success with it. And I think that's probably the best tight ends coach that Drinkwitz has had in his tenure at Missouri. And that's a tough thing to say. I don't really know if there's much of an argument. Maybe you can who's the head coach at Missouri State? Casey
Woods.
Casey Woods. I think he coached tight ends too at one point. But I think Alex Atkins has a really good track record. I just think that's why it's maybe more realistic to probably expect maybe some changes. And it's not even that the tight end plays all that bad at Missouri either. It's just that it could take a step forward and it could add another wrinkle to it.
I'm not going to dispute. I do think Brett Norfleet's a very talented player. I think he's got NFL measurables, no doubt about it. I would even compliment the role that Jordan Harris has played. Why do we do this with the tight ends every year? And why do we need to do it with the tight ends every year? I think we're really at this point spinning our wheels if we're really expecting anything substantial from the tight ends. I would just take Brett Norfleet being a very, very consistent red zone threat at this point in time.
I think it's fair. I mean, I think the thing we take for granted is, like, throughout, especially Brady Cook's ascension, the wide receivers for this team were really, really good. Like, there wasn't much of a need for Brett Norfleet to be Sam Laporta because you had Luther Burden and Theo Wease to throw the ball to. And hopefully Caden Lee just is that, or Donovan Olubade is that. But, maybe there's a world where it's a little bit more spread out, kind of like we saw last year. And if they didn't love how, Bo Perbula was distributing the ball last year, how that was going, does it look a little bit different? Do you get Brett Norfleet more involved as a pass catcher if you don't have that receiver with the same kind of gravity that a Burden or a Wease gave you? Maybe that's how you take some pressure off of Austin Simmons and make Norfleet more of a significant skill guy to get the ball to. But yeah, I think the floor, we know the floor with Brett Norfleet. We know the floor with the tight end room. I think a guy we don't know the floor with is Jude James. Like, he's someone who, how do you throw him out there in certain situations? Because I think we saw some real stuff with him and Matt Zollers last year that, you know, you talk the future. This is gonna make me feel so old. The future beyond Brett Norfleet, but like the Mizzou seems like they've got a guy there. What was it? 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know, as a freshman, being able to get involved with a freshman.
We have to remember too, that was a redshirt freshman year. We keep saying it's a freshman year. This will be year 3 for Jude James.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're at the typical kind of ascension point for him going into year 3. Then I think, Kenny, like that's when a guy should break out and get more involved. Like, that entices me about the tight end lineup too. Like, you have him and Norfleet. I think he's going to be, at least they should try and make him be a real guy for them this year. And again, if that path is blocked by Caden Lee having, you know, 950 yards and 12 touchdowns, then so be it. But, you know, I want to see something. And then whatever this team can get out of Gavin Hoffman is great, because he's a friend of the show. So want to see him catch a touchdown.
Gavin Hoffman's got very intriguing measurables too. So, I mean,
yeah. All right, Payton. You poo-pooed on our tight end talk. Talk about the wide receivers then. What's your big question?
Hey, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to see just a monster.
No, you don't. You're not allowed to sit on the fence now.
But I really think you're gonna make yourself upset expecting it every year. My question is more general for the passing, like just the pass catchers in general. It can apply to wide receiver or tight end, but it's going to be who makes a big jump to complement Caden Lee. Because I think with Caden Lee, you get a guy that this will kind of play into my prediction later on, but he's going to be the guy very early on, especially for Austin Simmons. There's familiarity there. He's out of the slot. It's easy to manufacture touches for someone like that. I would say, maybe it's not what people want to hear, I would say he might be the most talented guy in the room. Maybe Olubide usurps him in that regard. But I think Caden Lee is clearly your first option if you're Austin Simmons. I would even say Olubide probably does emerge as a pretty bona fide number 2. But, I mean, being a true sophomore playing the X in the SEC, there's going to be a learning curve there, playing every single snap at the X, most likely. So really the question then becomes, like, who kind of steps up and kind of solidifies themselves as a reliable target for Austin Simmons? Is it Brett Norfleet kind of really, maybe Alex Adkins and Chip Lindsey combined to make the tight ends absolute weapons?
Shout out to Travis Russell as well. New assistant tight ends coach came over from Michigan too.
There you go. Maybe they do get the best out of Brett Norfleet. Maybe Brett Norfleet finally stays healthy the entire year, and maybe this is a big time, like 600 yards, 7 touchdown, I'm going to get drafted year for him. Maybe it's Caleb Goody stepping up and catching, like, maybe once or twice a week you can reliably depend on him having a 20-plus yard reception, just taking the top off of defense. Nashawn Montgomery, I mean, he's a guy that out of high school had an offer from pretty much every single program in the country. Maybe that talent gets unlocked a bit, and he steps up as a guy. Maybe it's Kenrick Lanier. Maybe it's Sean Terry, who I think has – I would assume the staff is pretty high on. I can't speak to what they feel, but maybe Kenny can a bit. But that's kind of the big question to me, is who really, when you're looking at it now, is going to step up alongside Caden Lee for sure. And I'll put Olubide. I think you're going to get a lot out of Olubide this year, but you need more than that to have a good offense this year.
With Sean Terry, it was someone I should have asked Jacob Peeler about. I was on Jacob Peeler duty and totally slipped my mind to even ask about him. Definitely a guy who had a great offseason, even going back to spring ball in the workouts leading into spring camp. It was someone that Ahmad Hardy jumped out and mentioned right away. I asked Ahmad Hardy during spring football, give us some transfer names of guys that are already sticking out to you on the offense. And instead of just going to some of the offensive players, he just wanted to point out Sean Terry. So I think there's a lot of pluses there for his offseason. I will point out he is Sean Terry II. My story on that is still lost in the void, lost in the transition from Rivals to On3. But I did write about it. He likes people to call him Sean Terry II because his dad is Sean Terry. He's Sean Terry II.
It's a good point. I think this team probably has more depth than it's being given credit for. And I wonder if it's being overlooked slightly because we don't know what Austin Simmons is yet. We don't know if Mizzou has a consistent guy that can get some of these guys the ball. But yeah, I mean, to the exact opposite argument of the tight end, there may be guys that should be seeing the field more. It's safe to say, I think on a scale of like 1 to 5, I'm at a 4 in terms of how much better I feel about the transfers. You know, guys like Caleb Goody and even, you know, Lanier versus someone like Xavier Lloyd, who we made a lot of predictions about last year. You know, going into the season, I think it's really easy to you know, look at the transfer guys. People weren't in the uniform last year and do some more speculation about them. Again, kind of like Brett Norfleet, I think Donovan Olubade is just going to be really, really good. I think Payton, I would go a step further to say I think Mizzou firmly has their 1-2 at wide receiver, and then it's kind of who steps up as those kind of third and fourth utility options that can give, you know, defenses something different to look at. I think Olubade will turn himself into a star, even with the reps that he has to share with Caden Lee. There's just no evidence pointing me in the other direction. I mean, the guy's been talked up. I just read the quote about Jacob Peeler about like now he's hearing things for the second time in terms of the weight room and his nutrition and all that stuff. And he's only going to internalize it even better than he did the first go around when he was younger. I don't know. I got to figure out what my bold prediction is going to be. I don't necessarily want to make
what
it.
Mine's going to be.
I don't want to necessarily make it about Olubade again, but
don't forget to read ours from last year.
Oh, I will. I've got them.
Because boy, they're good on this one, and everybody should hear them.
I don't think we should.
No,
you know what? Fine. I'm going to go all in on the hype train that I've.
Do you have a big question?
Set in motion.
His was mine.
My big question was what's the ceiling? Is this finally the year for Mizzou's tight ends? I think my second big question is probably who's that third wide receiver. Like you kind of mentioned, Payton. Yeah, Donovan Olubade is going to make an all SEC team. That's my prediction. That is bold.
It is very bold.
I'm going with that. I think Austin Simmons is the real deal. I think he is such like a he's fast, he's tall, like he is just an easy guy to get the ball to. I think any good quarterback is going to figure out how to do that consistently, and I think he's just always going to get open. I think he will shine even with Caden Lee with him, and I think Caden Lee will be really good too. But I'm going to go with that all SEC nod for Donovan Olubade this year. Maybe not first team, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, do you want to go or me?
Yeah, I'll go. I was looking at it. Do you guys want to guess how many different players caught a pass for Missouri in 2025?
13, 14.
Jack?
16.
It was 13. How many do you think at Michigan in 2025?
6.
4.
No. It's 14, but there's a lot of TEs next to the names on there. So I was thinking about that. I was like, if those numbers were different by like a wide margin, I'd probably try to predict something there. Payton was kind of talking me into this. I'll take Caden Lee for a career high in receptions this year and I don't want to say this number and then just it be destroyed, but I'm going to go 65. I'm going to go 65.
That was the exact number I had in my head.
Okay. I was like 70 would have been like 70 would have been nuts. Like that would have been like, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to go 70 because you look at last season, when you talk about the leading receiver for Missouri, you go to Kevin Coleman Jr., he played a couple games where there was very subpar to no quarterback play at a positive rate, and he still had 66 receptions last year. So that's where my mind was kind of creeping of Payton was talking about this safety blanket, talking about that leading receiver. Can it creep into 70? But I'm just going to go safe and take 65. That's my prediction.
Your prediction plays directly into mine because mine is related to Caden Lee's receptions. But I'm going to take it a step further. So my official prediction is Mizzou will have 3 different leaders at each of these categories. I think receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns will all have a different name in their leading category. I like to do the little bonus predictions sometimes. I'll take it one step further, a mini prediction within the prediction. Caden Lee was legitimately 65 receptions. I think that was my pick, and I think he'll lead the team with that. Receiving yards, I will go Olubide. I'll say he has around, let's go 850 for Olubide this year. That might be a little ambitious probably, but he had 400 last year, which we all saw the quarterback play, okay? And touchdowns, this is going to sound a little crazy after I just kind of ragged.
He's taking Brett Norfleet. I knew it.
Jordan Harris.
Touchdowns leader.
And I already wrote it down before you
I'm
said
saying,
it.
I'm saying he catches 7 touchdown passes this year. I, of course, predicted Austin Simmons to have 25 passing touchdowns. I'll say, no, you know what? 8. I'll say 8 of them go to Mr. Norfleet. He becomes a red zone monster, and that's kind of his niche role. I'll also give one more mini prediction. I think Nashawn Montgomery will have 350 yards at least. Yeah,
him and Sean Terry feel like the leaders in the clubhouse for that number 3 right now. I'm intrigued by Goody too. I mean, he's put up good numbers at Colorado State and Cincinnati the last 2 years.
I think a lot of the offseason, especially when he transferred in, it's like, oh, look at the speed. He's Marquise Johnson. That's exactly what the replacement is. In terms of receptions, I'm thinking he might be in that top. I do believe he'll probably be in that top 3, top 4. In your guys' mind, can you go down the list? You don't have to tell me the number of receptions, but you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 on who you think will have the leading receptions for Missouri this season.
1, Lee. 2, I will go. I'm going to go with Olubide. I think if you have 850, you have to be at least 2. Honestly, 850 yards on sub 65 catches probably sounds a little absurd. Oh, well, I'll stick with it. They're supposed to be absurd. 3, I'll throw Norfleet at 3. 4, I don't think Goody is going to be this crazy. You
don't think he's going to be Goody?
I don't think he's a guy you feed. He's like a break glass player that you give like 3 catches a game and hopefully has 60 yards. So 4, I'm going to go Nashawn Montgomery.
So would Goody fall to 5 for you?
Yeah, probably around there.
He's a projected starter too.
Yeah, well, Marquise Johnson was a projected starter.
Marquise Johnson was a starter. I think he finished 3rd, 4th, 29 receptions last year.
5th.
Okay.
I will go Olubide, Lee, Norfleet, Sean Terry, Caleb Goody. I can't not lean when Kenny said other people have talked about him unprompted. That is my automatic. This guy's going to be good. Antenna.
We forgot to ask about him at media days, so it didn't leave that big an impression.
No, you.
I got it back in February, so it started early.
Yeah, I'm in. Count me in.
I think it's time to read last year's predictions.
No, I have one quick tight end note. Payton's going to hate me for this. I mean, we can probably just take him off the screen.
Tight end stuff.
Yeah. Maybe a good season for Jordan Harris. Stays on the field. He's just so super athletic. He has a tight ends coach that is very based on blocking and is, like I mentioned earlier, with a track record with offensive linemen. I think it could be good for him. I think it could be good for the future of, possibility of trying to play beyond college too. If he can try to carve out some kind of niche where a team likes what he's able to do in the blocking game, just kind of that fierce natural athlete that he is too. And NFL teams have seemed to like those guys as well, and trying to find roles for them and develop that catching ability too. He's just a mauler, and I think that's going to be a positive in the run game, especially for an offensive line that has some question marks, especially at right tackle. I think this could be a big year for Jordan Harris to add even more of those green PFF grades that we've seen from him in the past.
Does he catch a touchdown this year?
Let's go. Yes. Let's go 1.
1.5 over under.
Under.
I don't think I can do that.
No, I just doing my own. Shout out to FanDuel, but I just picked that myself.
I'd say 1. I think 1 is a good number.
He had 4 catches for 48 yards last year.
Also banged up at times. He's been banged up
He had
before.
5 catches for 48 yards and 24.
I think Jordan Harris is going to be tremendously important on the right side of that offensive line because
he can line up on either side.
I think he's going to be important on the right side because the starter is not healthy.
Worthless on the left.
I think he's going to be really important, especially on the right-hand side of Mizzou's offensive line because the starter is not healthy. Payton, 2025, you did good. You picked Alubade to beat Luther Burden's reception yards.
From Luther's freshman year.
From his freshman year, he had 375. Donovan Alubade had 430 something.
401. 401.
401. You're exactly right. And me and Kenny didn't make predictions. That's weird. All right, I guess
get a load of these predictions.
I guess
guys.
we'll go on to quick hits.
Nope.
To finish the show.
Read it. Everyone needs to hear this.
Me and Kenny decided to buy a lot of stock in the transfer of Xavier Lloyd, who is on an NFL roster.
Yep.
Xavier Lloyd was supposed to have over 200 receiving yards, according to me, and over 4.5 touchdowns, according to Kenny, which would have made him, if he had 200 yards and 5 touchdowns, he would have been Mizzou's 5th leading receiver. And in terms of TDs, he would have tied for with Brett Norfleet for the most on the team. He did not do it.
Wow.
They should have taken away their podcast when I said that. I'm sorry.
What in the world?
I don't know what I was thinking.
I think he was going to be that good.
I'm a very conservative person when it comes to numbers, and I don't like to put random things out there. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was probably maybe touchdowns won't be such a premium this year and they'll go to anyone. And I was probably buying the stock of a late edition. Oh my gosh, this guy he's scrappy. He was a walk-on. He's coming back to his home state. So many factors. This knocked me down a couple pegs. If this might be it, if this is my last time on the mic, it was nice talking to you guys.
Well, guess what, Kenny? We're not done because I will also share the tight end predictions because we're doing wide receiver and tight ends.
Before we do that, for reference.
No. We do not at this. I know what my tight end one was, and I don't.
Xavier Lloyd last year, 2 catches,
2 receptions.
Yeah.
2 catches, 21 yards. Can you name the games he had? He had 1 reception in 2 games. Can you name the games he caught?
Louisiana and Virginia.
Virginia, yes.
Virginia is a yes. 1 catch for 6 yards in that game.
Alabama?
Nope.
Is it even an SEC game?
No, it's not an SEC game.
Is it Kansas?
It was Kansas. He had 1 catch for 15 yards against Kansas.
We were looking good for that.
Nope, you were still way off base.
Power four opponents, and now he's on the cheap
at that point. Payton picked Brett Norfleet over 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. He did not quite get the yards. He did get 5 touchdowns.
That sucks. Half a point, though.
Listen, I like our guests, okay? I like when we have people who come on the show and I root for them, and I may predict them, and I may have predicted Gavin Hoffman to go 8 for 50 last year. He did not. I think he played in 2 games. So that's tough. Jude James jumped right over on that depth chart. Jude James had the season I was hoping Gavin Hoffman might have, basically. So you know what, whatever. I like the people we have on this show. That's my excuse.
I think it's fair to say too. You didn't really know what type of tight end Gavin Hoffman was going to be yet.
Yeah.
And I think oh my gosh. And I think it helps that
Popular over there.
So popular. I think it helps that we know that, he's more of that Jordan Harris role right now, probably as a block first guy and protection first.
I like the people we have on the show. I was going to always make a Gavin Hoffman prediction. I'll take it. Or I'll own that one. Kenny picked Vince Brown to score a touchdown. Payton, how many? Wow. That was such a long laugh.
If you go back and watch that episode, I had a pretty good explanation why.
Vince Brown played in 11 games actually in 2025.
Because they needed 11 blockers out there for the PATs.
He did not catch a ball.
Correct. I think my mindset was Tyler Stevens got a touchdown pass once, and I was thinking he might have that same, one of those like Tyler Stevens roles. And I think I said in that episode that you never know. Well, but someone you're not expecting is probably going to catch a touchdown pass. And I don't even think that was the case at all in 2025 for Mizzou. I pulled it up earlier of the guys who caught passes last year for Mizzou, and I don't even think there was anyone random.
For catching touchdowns, the most random.
Oh, Tavoris.
No, but that's.
he rushed. That was a rushing touchdown. Receiving touchdowns.
Jamal Roberts had one that was
not really random.
Honest to God, probably the most random was Jude James, and he caught 2 of them.
Yeah, and he caught the same amount as Donovan Olubade.
I think the reason you made that prediction is because I seriously, when Mizzou added Vince Brown, I straight up went, this might be the most. I have no ill will towards Vince Brown. I have I mean no disrespect. Mizzou did not need Vince Brown. And so I think I said that to Kenny, and he was like, I'm going to predict this guy to score a touchdown. So that if he does, I can shove it down Payton's throat. And you didn't consider the fact that we'd revisit these predictions. So Kenny in this episode with the pass catchers predicted 6 touchdowns between Xavier Lloyd and Vince Brown.
And he got to combine 2 catches
for no touchdowns.
Yeah, that's tough.
I love prediction season.
It's a good time. We got plenty more of these too, so stay tuned. We are flipping to offensive line next. We're actually Kenny, I think it'll be our turn to flip the script a little bit. So stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, we'll segue over to quick hits and finish out the show. Okay, quick hits time. We'll finish up the show. We'll start with jerseys of the week. Kenny.
My jersey of the week goes to former Missouri forward Jevon Porter. He entered the transfer portal back when it was open in the spring. Went and played in the summer league with Memphis, and now is going back to Loyola Marymount. This report comes from Joe Tipton of On3. Reported this on Tuesday. The 6'7" senior appeared in only 12 games this past season due to injury, but averaged 12.5 points, 7.2 rebounds for LMU during the 2025 season. Of course, he is the younger brother of Brooklyn Nets wing, I guess is the best position, Michael Porter Jr.
You got it.
Yeah. Look at me, NBA guy. This comes on the heels of the 5-for-5 injunctions that are going out throughout college athletics. We'll see if it holds, if he can go back to LMU. And we've talked about Mark Mitchell before, but Mark Mitchell's in a different case because he didn't enter the transfer portal back in the spring like some other guys did, just to get that advantage, just in the case that they could get one more year.
Yeah. I don't mean this to be mean, but fair to say, I don't think this was a good use of time from anyone's part. It just didn't work out. Then he kind of got hurt. Yeah, it was just not a partnership that seemed like it was destined to work.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm good. I hope he excels at Loyola Marymount. That's all I have to say on the matter. Payton, Your jersey of the week.
My jersey of the week. I hate to admit it, but Florida kind of cooked here. Florida this week, they revealed some white throwback uniforms with blue helmets. Of course, this is football. They brought the letter F helmets back. They look good. I have to say, I think they look pretty. I think they're pretty cool.
I like the white uniforms. I think they need to put the Gator logo on the helmet. I'm not a fan of the block F. That Gator logo is too cool. It should be on everything. That's my stance.
That's fair.
Trust tree.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if I want to say this. I didn't know Steve Spurrier played football until I went to Florida and I saw the statues of him, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, this guy played football." I thought he was just a coach. I had no idea. This is what it's honoring, those Steve Spurrier teams and just Steve Spurrier's legacy. I'm sorry. I was not expecting that reaction. I didn't know you guys were just football savants and college football historians.
I don't think it takes being a savant.
He won a Heisman Trophy.
I didn't.
Yeah, in the 60s. And guess what? The people that played football in the 60s, they were born during World War II. You didn't know that.
I did know that. So still not a cool fact.
I did know that. I will admit, like, obviously, I am still a guy that when I think of Spurrier as a coach, I think of him as South Carolina's coach. I'm not even going to lie. I absolutely think of him as South Carolina's coach.
Because I was born in this century. That's why I think that.
Take it easy. I didn't know he still played football. You really jumped on that. Like, oh, Payton's on my... Not quite. I knew he played football.
Hold on now.
I'm sure everyone has played it. I just didn't know. I just didn't know to that level.
I knew, he played college football.
But I've known it for the past 4 years now. I can say that with confidence because I went to Florida in 2022, and that's how I found out.
I knew that as a kid, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I definitely probably knew later than Payton, but yeah, I think I found that out more recent or less recent.
Kenny, we still love you.
My jersey of the week. I'm going to
learn some things the hard way. Like
anti-Kenny show. That's all it is today.
You're like Hank.
Please don't read my edge rusher prediction. Oh. If I'm right on the edge rusher prediction this year, like if the player I chose does that this year for another team, I get my points.
Yeah, for this year. That makes no sense. I'm gonna my jersey of the week. I'm gonna also go college football teams making cool uniforms. It's Tulane. They unveiled a Mardi Gras themed jersey and uniform.
They look like Notre Dame.
No, they don't. Notre Dame wears blue.
Notre Dame's green.
No. I'm less in on the jersey. The helmet is awesome. I like the helmet with the
too much going on.
The cards.
Notre Dame's green jerseys.
You hate
Not
fun.
a fan.
You hate fun.
I will say the logo with the little purple and yellow, that's cool.
That's sick.
That is really cool.
Well, that's on the helmet, which also looks cool. This is a good jersey.
Yeah, but the helmet's got a lot going on.
Kenny, break the tie then. Fine.
This falls in that camp of something I said a couple weeks ago. This would have gone stupid, as the kids say, a couple years ago, like maybe 10 years ago when those crazy helmets were coming around. I think it's a little late to the party, but Mardi Gras is a good holiday. So I'm going to go with yay.
It's not a holiday.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's just like a thing.
Why do you like Mardi Gras?
Mardi Gras is a holiday. It's Fat Tuesday. It's the beginning of Lent.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it is. I was just trying to get
on your side and continue to bury me. Great.
I was just trying to get
awesome day.
You actually did kind of the perfect. That was actually kind of the perfect middle ground where you were like, I think they would have looked cool a long time ago. So it's not cool, but it's not.
The pants are bad. I don't like the pants. Legitimate opinion. I don't like the pants. The jersey's kind of meh.
Almost white.
The logo's great. No, look at the. Somebody wasn't watching the video. There's a whole lot going on the sides.
Somebody wasn't watching the video.
I like no capping. He's the main bird.
We're done with the city editions.
What do you mean there's a lot going on? Oh, it's like
no.
Like North Carolina.
Going all the way down.
That's yeah. That's Mardi Gras though.
The logo is really cool.
I
played the thing.
He's the main bird.
Shiny's favorite of the week, Kenny.
My Shawnee's main for the week goes to Marquez Warwick. Would you guys like to read this Instagram post?
What?
Would you like to read it?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Corman.
No.
Yate Cosa.
All right. Marquez Warwick recently signed with Aegis Kormant. It's in Hungary. He previously played for Velezmini Goshkov in Kosovo. And he averaged
Kosovo,
21
you
points.
mean?
Kosovo? Yeah. There's a soccer team there too. 21.8 points, 3.3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals in 8 games for that club. My bird connection, his best game at Missouri, I remember this one well, was against
Auburn.
Kansas.
Correct. War Eagle.
I love the jersey that says La Familia. It's kind of fire
That is cool.
in the script. Good for Marquez Warwick. Didn't quite work out at Mizzou, but it's all right.
That's isn't that a TBT team or no?
Yes, it is.
He was
Is
on
it a Puma?
TBT, wasn't he?
I think it is a TBT team, and he was on one. He was on the Northern. Wasn't he on the Northern Kentucky one?
I thought he was on
Or something.
Kentucky's. I don't think Northern Kentucky.
Or just the yes. It might have been just Kentucky.
I think La Familia is Kentucky's team.
I think you're right. Peyton's main bird. Sorry, Peyton.
We got kind of similar birds, but my main bird of the week is going to be Sheryl Crow. If you need me to spell out what the bird connection is here,
Can you just do an impression of a crow?
That's my crow. That doesn't sound a thing like Sheryl Crow, who all she wants to do is sing the national anthem at Mizzou, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. This is really cool. She's, of course, an alum of Mizzou, and she's singing the home opener. She's not singing the home opener. She's singing the national anthem.
Commentating the whole game in song.
Yeah. So Sheryl Crow. What's your guys' favorite Sheryl Crow song?
I don't know if I can name more than
I
one.
started laughing before I could do
What's
the
your
bit.
problem?
Me?
Yeah, one Sheryl Crow song.
Yeah, I think I can only name "Soak Up the Sun."
Wait,
she sings.
Yeah, that was gonna be my. That was gonna.
Oh,
be
"Soak Up the Sun" and "All I Want to Do" are different songs. Huh.
Yeah.
What about that one from Cars?
Real Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
right.
gonna say "Soak Up the Sun."
I know
my real
3.
answer. I was gonna make
Oh
up.
wait, he sings "The First Cut Is the Deepest." Wow.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow is like.
Does it make you happy? Okay, never mind. She has some.
Dude, I'm shocked you didn't know any of this.
Did you not?
I know the song.
Did you think she was some like niche artist?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I just didn't know she sang these songs. I figured she sang other ones besides
This
the ones
guy
I knew.
grew up knowing only Astros relievers, and that's about all.
I like
all that was
music.
going on up there.
Not enough, apparently. Sheryl Crow's a superstar.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow's a legend. I was
mean,
gonna say
it all runs together. It's like if you told me "The First Cut Is the Deepest" was like Alanis Morissette, I believe you. Like it's they all run together.
How dare you? How dare you?
This is not good, Kenny. Kenny, you need to stop this.
How dare you
You need to
say
stop
that?
this. We're really going to become an anti-Kenny show. My jersey of the God, I'm not getting the segments right anymore. My main bird of the week is also a crow. It's Jason Crowe Jr. Payton,
Do
one
your
more
best
crow.
impression of a crow.
Oh shoot! Yours is better. I was gonna have you do it again because I can't really do a good crow.
Kenny, you do
He
one.
was mocked 15th to the Magic by Bleacher Report in their full 2027 mock draft. Yeah. Way too early. I don't know what this 2027
In a
class
few
really
months, he'll rise up about 10 spots.
It is really funny because I kind of think the Magic have a guy on their team who they drafted really recently that is just like Jason Crowe Jr. So that team specifically made me laugh. Can you guys guess who I'm thinking of?
Anthony Black?
No. How tall is Jason Crowe?
I don't know, dude. I was just thinking of like a guard.
He is a guard, specifically a 6'1" guard who can shoot or could shoot in college.
Oh, yeah.
Last time I
I
cared
got
about
it. Why don't you tell me just so I can make sure we're
Nope.
thinking of the same guy?
Rafer Alston. Sorry, I'm just going back to the last time I cared about the Orlando Magic on the 2008 roster.
Jameer Nelson.
Oh, Tyronn Lue was on this team.
He was.
It's JJ Redick.
Who are you thinking of?
Jace Richardson is who I was thinking of. Jace Richardson is a 6'1" guard who can shoot threes, which is a lot of what Jason Crow is. But whatever. Way too early. Best thing you learned this week. How about we start with me? No, Payton, what'd you learn?
No.
No.
Best thing I learned this week, Scottie Adkinson.
Verdict.
He was given the MVP trophy at the Nike Mamba Invitational. Kenny wrote more about it. I don't know why Kenny's chuckling.
Because of what Jack just said, but no, I did not write about this. I wrote about it beforehand. I wrote everything that happened up to this point. And
I'm making wisecracks on the aside.
Well, there you go. He won the MVP at the Nike Mamba Invitational. Jason Crowe Jr. was also there. Bonus bird.
And Tony Bryant.
Tony Bryant was there? I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Bonus
kind of
birds
excited.
abound.
I'm getting kind of excited about Scottie Adkinson. I'm not going to lie.
He's a bulldog.
He's doing well at a lot of really important things.
It's kind of the question right now.
I think that's the everyone asks about his ranking. I wonder if maybe the 3-point percentage isn't the most attractive, but everything else is. He's a clutch player. He's so hyper aggressive. Like nothing scares him. I think there's a lot to like about Scottie Adkinson.
How tall is he?
Yeah, that's the big question. He is 6'4". He is 6'4". Nike measured him too. He is 6'4".
Can I make a bold?
What is he without shoes on?
Who cares?
I don't know. Apparently, people do. Like you don't play the game.
You don't play the game in bare feet.
So you play the game in Nikes. I don't know. Yeah. Or sorry, whatever.
Can I make a bold prediction right now to add to the list while not football related?
Yes.
Scottie Adkinson is going to have a Keaton Wagler-esque season for Mizzou.
Well, he'll never make it to Mizzou because Mizzou's going to go 0-19 this year, and they're going to have a coaching change.
I think that
I'm doom posting, by the way. I don't actually believe that.
Kenny, what did you learn?
I think that's a bold prediction, but I don't think it's bold to say that he starts as a freshman. And we'll add that. I do think that there's a path, especially if Crow's
Jason Crowe Jr. won't. All right.
Hey, man, we'll find out in late October, early November, whenever the season starts.
So excited. I need Mizzou to be good at basketball really badly.
Best thing I learned this week, it is finished. The north end zone is complete. Tickets are going on sale Thursday. So they're already been on sale by the time you guys are listening to this. For the Hill, there it is.
Hill tickets are going to be like impossible to get out.
The majority go to students, or students at least have the first pick.
Good.
That's a good system. That is a very good system. Quite frankly, I didn't like standing on the hill after a while. It kind of hurt. It kind of hurt my feet.
Oh, it totally did. That's why you need the drunk college kids to sit on it instead of like grown adults.
Because nothing will go wrong with them climbing all over the Rock M.
No, but it'll be, it's college. You need the rowdiness aspect. The best thing I learned this week.
Looks good, by the way.
Austin Simmons and Ahmad Hardy got some Heisman buzz, at least by The Athletic, which did a Heisman trophy draft with 7 of its writers, and they were both selected in the 4th round. And True Son, David Ubben, did pick Ahmad Hardy on his team. They did their draft. Austin Simmons was Scott
Docterman.
So kind of fun to see them on this list. Obviously, a lot of very, very good players here. And adds to my Austin Simmons buzz that is, that I'm now trying to perpetuate.
That's a if Mizzou is really good, it's because one of these two were incredible.
I don't know it's probably in the story. Was Austin Simmons picked before Cam Coleman?
Well, if it's snakes, I'm trying to think.
No, he would have been.
No, he would have been the last pick.
Oh yeah, last pick would have been Hardy.
No,
Hardy would have been the last
this
pick.
could totally not be the order either. Like it could.
Yeah, it could also be out of order, and they just put it.
And
in this
Coleman
order
could have been the first or last pick. I don't know
why you'd make the graphic like that,
but I mean, realistically, it would take a lot for Arch Manning to not win the Heisman and Cam Coleman to win it. Like, a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the tough part with the receivers. But I mean, by this logic, Jeremiah Smith was the second pick.
Yeah, I think this is in order. This is definitely in order. CJ Carr is definitely the first pick.
I'm shocked it took that long for Chambliss to get picked then.
Yeah,
like realistically, I think like
would you take Chambliss over?
Everybody, pretty much. Maybe not Carr.
It's just if you does he have a better situation than Arch?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Well, no, I think it just depends on if you think they're going to make the playoff or not.
Yeah,
I think if they make the playoff, there's a pretty damn good chance Trinidad will win it. Like if they go 11-1 and make it, I think Chambliss will win.
All right, best beats of the week presented by FanDuel. We've got some more NFL Week 1 picks here. Peyton, why don't you go ahead and go first and share your best beat of the week?
I guess I'm going Vikings by 1.5 over the Packers in the preseason. Spoiler alert, I didn't exactly pick this, but the Vikings picked Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback. They didn't even need a preseason game to decide that.
This isn't even a preseason pick. This is week 1.
Oh, that's week 1.
Yep.
Well, why are the Vikings favored? What?
Because you're a big fan of Kyler Murray. You've always said that.
Yeah, I've always been the biggest believer, definitely. Sure.
Kenny,
let's roll with it. Brian Flores puts Jordan Love in the spin zone, and Kyler looks great.
Well said. Kenny?
I like this, Jack. I like that you're picking these for us. I am taking Dolphins plus 3.5 versus the Raiders. What can I say here? The Raiders did not have a good practice the other day. No matter your opinion or maybe your, crazy thoughts about it. But when your quarterback and your best defensive player who you tried to trade away this offseason and that trade fails both get kicked out of practice. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 3.5.
That would be bad news for my Dolphins under 4.5 beat that I took way back when.
It's true.
What?
And the Raiders could still win this, Peyton.
Yeah.
No, that's true. Right. It's true.
Is the bad news that the Raiders might be worse than they are?
I mean, that doesn't affect me.
I guess that's true. I'm taking a little bit of a flyer here. I'm going to go Chargers 10.5 over the Cardinals. I just got a good feeling, good vibes about that. Herbert going to be hungry after losing he's got his offensive lineman back. I think they'll take care of business in that one. Cardinals are good though. Jacoby Brissett won his contract deal. Congrats to him.
He's hungry.
I guess. Hungry for what?
For beer.
Oh
yeah, I kind of don't love that pick. Herbert doesn't seem locked in right now on the.
He's planning a wedding mid-season. I don't know.
Yeah, he's kind of like found love. He's like in that mode where it's like I'm bigger than what I am on the football field. I don't like that. That's not good. He hasn't even won a playoff game yet.
I was hearing. I heard this debate with it was Bill Simmons and Mina Kimes about Travis Kelce. Like, do you think he'll be less locked in now that the wedding is over, or more locked in with the Chiefs?
Much more.
You think more?
And now I think he knows it's it. I don't think it matters. I think he's just good, but I think he'll try to be more locked in. And also, I'm joking because one team is. Let's put it this way: in that game, there is a team that is coming off a contract battle with Jacoby Brissett, and the other one is not coming off that. So that would be my thoughts on the matter.
Well said. All right, Peyton, do your joke. Let's get out of here.
This one comes from her favorite TV series, The Today Show. I know for a fact I've told this one because I remember my delivery of it, but it's like one of my favorite jokes, so I'm going to tell it again. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
No. Broom.
No. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
Remember.
What did he say?
Supplies!
I don't remember that.
That's a good one.
That's a good joke, right?
Yeah.
Shout out Sarah Lemire.
Thank you, Sarah. That will do it for the show. We'll have more predictions from 2025 to read next time because we know that's why you're all here, you sickos. Thank you for watching and listening as always. We will be back. We'll be in the trenches for the next one because we are talking offensive and defensive line. So don't miss it. We will see you all next time.